Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Inshallah, let me repeat. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man tabi'ahum bi ihsan ila yawm al-din wa sallama tasliman kathiran amma ba'd. All praise is due to Allah, and we ask Allah to exalt the mention and grant peace to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, to his companions and all those who follow them on a righteous path until the day of judgment. We praise Allah the Almighty for giving us the opportunity to gather in this particular location. This is a blessed place, inshallah, because a lot of da'wah takes place at the da'wah center. It's maybe one of the reasons why they call it a da'wah center. And the discussion today addressing the youth, shabab, sometimes they call them kebab. Kebab, by the way, is like a kind of barbecued meat. But I disagree with that. Inshallah, we don't have any kebabs here. We have strictly shabab. And shabab, applies inshallah for both boys and girls. And the reason why I wanted to have this discussion with you, I'm assuming everyone will be silent while I speak. Yes? Hello? No talking. There's only one person who's going to speak, which is myself. Then later when I ask you questions, you can answer them. But until then, please don't speak while I'm speaking, because I lose my concentration. The reason why I wanted to have this discussion with you is because we are living in very strange times. The world has changed. Time has changed. People have changed. Countries have changed. Everything has changed. If we were to compare the way human beings lived a few hundred years back to the way human beings live today, you will see a huge gap and a huge difference between both ways of life. And in the process, while we are dealing with the new way of life, which you guys were raised upon, it's not something new for you, you've always known it, we tend to forget about important things, specifically concerning the poor parents who continue to make lots of efforts, spend a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of love, a lot of care, a lot of everything, so that you guys can be happy. Regardless of whether you are 20 years old, 18 or younger, everyone gets his share. Unless one's parents have passed away, then this is a whole other discussion. These parents of ours, what do they want from us? Who can answer me? But look, the condition is you have to say the truth. Right? Lying is not allowed. Not in this lecture, not any time else. Not any other time. Who can tell me, seriously, genuinely, what do you think your parents want from you? They want you to become successful. I like. Ladies, anyone? What do you think your parents want from you? Don't be shy. Maybe we'll get you some shy later. What do you think your parents want from you? Any girl, answer me please. Yes? I can't hear. Raise your voice. Any answers? Okay, girls are usually shy, so if you don't get an answer, you don't get shocked. One brother said to become successful. Any other? What do you think? Also, you second that. Anyone else? Abdullah. Come on, man. They want you to obey them. Nice. What about you?
Get good grades.
Get good grades. Okay. Are you guys answering me or speaking about something else? Hello. Any answers?
No.
Beautiful. That's good. At least she's honest, right? No answers. Right. So what about you?
Spend this life being as well as the world.
Okay, to prosper in the dunya and the deen. Beautiful. What about you?
Respect.
Respect. Mussab. Any answers, Baba? I'll put you on the spot. Mr. Croissant. MashaAllah, 2 hours to eat a croissant, ya Sheikh? You remind me of myself when I was your age. 3 hours to finish a plate, huh? What do you think your parents want from you? Besides to finish the croissant. You don't know, okay. Well, actually you guys gave me plenty of answers, which saves me the trouble of coming up ones on my own. I think it's a combination of all. Maybe some of you gave me more comprehensive answers that include all of the information, specifically his answer, to prosper in this deen and the dunya. And how is that done? Through respect. How is it done? Through obeying them. How is it done? Through being successful. So all of them are actually interrelated. Now, you know what's crazy? Is that we know that. We know it, but sometimes we live a way that goes exactly and specifically against that. You know? It's like someone knows that they can't swim. They can't swim. And they say, well, who cares? I'll just go in the ocean near the sharks and give it a shot. Live. I mean, if you were swimming in a bathtub, we would say is, we will digest that one. Alaykum salam. This lecture is strictly for the children. So the children may grab a seat and the parents may come and pick them up before Maghrib. Manish. These are the rules of the game. Grab a seat, guys. Grab a seat. Welcome. Welcome. There's no registration fee. Shukran ya Sheikh Manish. Barakallahu feekum. It's not nice to kick people out as soon as they come in, but I'm doing it for you. Okay, so I hope you appreciate it. What was I saying? Right. So this person, if they were swimming in a bathtub, we would say, okay, that's a good try. Because very few people have drowned in a bathtub. Some have, by the way, just in case you didn't know. Many people have drowned in a bathtub. Their foot got stuck somehow, and their water was immersed in water. Hello, young lady. Thank you very much. Their face was immersed in water for some time and done. But usually you don't drown in a bathtub. But if you were to go to an ocean and there are sharks over there and you don't know how to swim, do we say this is a smart person? If he just said, let me just jump in the water and I will manage. I'll figure it out. See? Majnoon, right? Majnoon, you've heard this word before? No? Or they call it in broken Arabic, mukhmafi. Nafar mukhmafi. It's a person no brain. We say no, it's unacceptable. And you know what? Sometimes we may be doing something very close to that when we know these goals and objectives that our parents have, and we still don't act according to this information. So, if our parents want us to be successful, then we should be losers? Should be what? Successful? Right. Do you become successful while sleeping? Have you ever seen someone go to sleep, uneducated, then they wake up the next day with a degree that they have in their dream? In their dream they attend university. In their dream they finish 4 or 5 years. In 20 minutes sleeping, they wake up, right there, alhamdulillah. Has anyone had this experience? If so, please leave. No, it doesn't happen. Success doesn't happen to lazy people. Success doesn't happen to individuals who don't make any effort. Success is strictly for the people who strive to be successful. And today it has become easier than ever. Before they invented the internet and the media and technology and all these things that we have at our disposal today, it was quite difficult for someone to acquire knowledge, to learn a lot of things. You had to travel to different locations in the world to gain and learn the culture of these people and information concerning them. Now you just Google it. If if you wanted to know something about any country in the world, you Google this information and khalas, you have the information within your disposal within a few seconds. Actually, it tells you how fast, it was able to pull up the information. Subhanallah. So the easier things get, it seems, the lazier we become. But that's not for the Muslim. The Muslim boy and girl, man and woman, always strive to be the best they can be. How do we become successful? Allah told us in the Quran the characteristics of the successful people, and He gave us the formula for success. The formula for success is mentioned in many different evidence, many different ayat and narrations, but I will give you a summarized version of that, which is the statement of Allah Azza wa Jal: "Man amila salihan min dhakarin aw untha wa huwa mu'min falanuhyiyannahu hayatan tayyiba." Whosoever does righteous deeds while being a believer, male or female, while being a believer, then we shall surely grant them a successful life. Hayatan tayyiba, a good life. So the first thing that we need to instill in our lives is Iman and righteous deeds. Iman is negated with disbelief, and righteous deeds are negated with sins. Right? You with me? Iman versus disbelief, righteous deeds versus sins. And there's a battle, there's a war going on between these two. If you were to favor the side which has the sins and the disbelief, then the side which has Iman and righteous deeds will go down, will decrease, and as a result of that, we will not be successful. So the first thing we need to learn is Iman. And the Sahaba said they used to learn Iman. Before anything they would learn the matters of faith. We need to know who Allah is. We need to know who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is. You know what the major problem, the main reason why we fail in doing good and why we take it easy when it comes to disobedience is because we truly don't know who Allah is. We don't truly love Allah. That's the problem. We ask Allah to forgive us. If one of us truly loved Allah, alaikum salam, if one of us اجلس يوسف حبيبي المكان مخصص بس للشباب حفظك الله حبيبي. If we truly loved Allah and if we knew who Allah Azza wa Jal is, then we would not be in a situation where we are constantly disobeying Allah and following our desires, our bad, evil, lowly desires, because we have not filled our hearts with the love of Allah. See, each one of you has a heart. Is there anyone here without a heart? You sure you have a heart? Have you seen it? Have you smelled it? Have you tasted it? Okay, good. You don't have to smell something, taste it, or see it to believe in it. Otherwise, no one has a brain. Because none of us has smelled his brain, seen his brain, felt his brain, but you believe that you have a brain. You're thinking. And the brain is in the heart. Anyway, that's besides the point. This heart of ours has a gap. This gap, this vacancy, let's call it a vacancy, can be filled with many different things, but whatever you use to fill it, it will not truly work unless you fill it with the correct material or substance. There's a gap in the heart which requires a particular substance. For example, let's say it needs cement, and you put clay, it doesn't work. It covers it, but it doesn't work. You put glue, it doesn't work. You put paint, it doesn't work. You put dirt, soil, water, you keep putting all kinds of stuff, and it fills it in temporarily, and then eventually it goes away because you haven't filled it with the right substance. the love of Allah, obedience to Allah, slavery to Allah, if we try to fill it in with music, it's not going to work. And if you try to fill it in with PlayStation, it's not going to work. Xbox, it's not going to work. Nintendo, what do you call it? Wii, it's not going to work. You fill it up with basketball, soccer, boxing, whatever you do, leave alone boxing though, it's not going to fill it. There will always be this vacancy and this blank spot in the heart. We need to understand this. I want you to remember this speech as long as you're alive, inshallah. As long as you're alive, remember this. If ever one of us is facing problems in life, remember that it is because we are not applying what we are listening to today. If ever in life you say, what happened to me anyways? How come I'm not happy? How come this? How come that? How come I didn't get what I wanted to get? It is because we're trying to fill in this vacancy with nonsense. And it only accepts, the only substance which fits is the love of Allah. When we love Allah, no one needs to tell us what to do. We will do it on our own. When you love Allah, our parents don't have to say, did you pray? Go pray. Why? Because your love of Allah requires of you to do salah out of love. Not out of fear only, but out of love also. Yani you want to pray. Isn't it amazing how Hindus find comfort in their, innovative practices in meditation, yoga, whatever, like the Buddhists and the Hindus and others who practice these weird, strange, what they call acts of worship, where somebody would put, cross his legs and put his ankle behind his, neck, and he has, I don't know what they do, have an umbrella here and an antenna over there, and he sits there for 2 hours. And this is, the way they get inspired. But they love it. Say, I'm going for my yoga, my 3-hour or 3-day meditation. And the Christian will go to church and will bow to all kinds of statues that they have in church and call on to Jesus, the messenger of Allah, instead of calling on to Allah, and so on and so forth. And they have no problem. And then a Muslim, you have to go pray. I don't want to do salah. Come on, go do salah. How is that? How can a disbeliever be satisfied with their false God, and the Muslim is unsatisfied with his true God? This is very odd. We should love to do salah, because when you do salah, what happens? Yalla. You find peace. Alhamdulillah. Anything else? You become happy. Okay. When you do salah, what happens? This is real. When we say this, it's not like, that I'm supposed to have peace. No, you do. If we do the salah correctly and consistently, Allah will forgive. MashaAllah, beautiful. Yes. Next. You please Allah. MashaAllah. Yes, ladies, or you're fasting today from speech. Any answers from the young girls? What happens when you do salah?
Allah will give you a reward for doing salah.
MashaAllah, Allah will give you a reward for doing salah. That's right.
So good you from doing the so-called sins.
So-called sins. Well, sins. It prevents you from doing sins. Salah is the key. And I don't want to hear that someone's parents had to beg him to do salah or beg her to do salah. This is a disgrace for a Muslim. That someone's parents have to, did you pray? You, all of you, on your own, if you reach the age of 7, if you're 7 years old and above, boys or girls, you should be already doing salah on your own. Don't wait for your parents to tell you. It makes them feel very bad. It makes them feel very bad that they have to tell you to do salah when you know that you're supposed to do salah on your own. So what's the first lesson we learned? Never wait for someone to tell you to do salah. And salah is to be prayed on time, not after time. If Asr comes in at 3:25, like today, you shouldn't be praying at 5 o'clock. you should pray at the earliest time unless you have a reason. You're in a situation where you're unable to pray and you haven't reached Maghrib, alhamdulillah. But if you really want to get extra reward and you want to please Allah more and you want to be more happy, more satisfied, more blessed, then you need to do salah at the earliest convenience. So lesson number 1, salah on time. Say after me, salah on time. Salah on time. Say it by yourself. Are you sure? Okay, how old are you? 6 years old. Next year inshallah you'll do salah on time. For the rest of you, salah on time. Khalas? First. Second, concerning school. School is cool or school is not cool? It depends. The way the shabab or the kabab usually understand it is school when you're hanging out with your friends and playing sports during the break and seeing your friends. That's the cool part. It's not cool when you are sitting in class with the teacher explaining whatever on the board. Right or wrong? Good. At least he said the truth. I know.
School is cool when the AC is cool.
School is cool when the AC is cool. MashaAllah alayk. Now if the AC is broken, school is not cool yani. I wonder how they survived before they invented the AC. But he's right. If the class is hot and you're sweating, it's difficult to pay attention and concentrate. Ma fi mushkila. The question is school really not cool? No. School is cool. No. Let me tell you why. The reason why we don't think it's cool, because we are missing some of the elements of coolness. Yani when one of us himself is not very cool, he will think that school is not cool. But the cooler you are, the cooler the school. Are you with me? Or did I confuse you with too much cold stuff? Right. The cooler you are, the cooler you will find the school. The less cool you are, the less cool you will find the school. Why is that? Look, let me tell you something. Don't you like to know everything? You don't like to know everything? Ajib. That's not supposed to be an answer. Okay. What I mean by everything, of course not everything, but don't you wish you knew, like anytime you thought of something, you had an answer for it? And that's why you ask questions. That's why people, especially children, ask their parents questions. Dad, what is this? And who did that? Where did you get that from? What is this? What's in here? Blah, blah, blah. You know these questions. What are these questions? Because you like to know. School provides you with all the information that you need, at least to some extent. That's not all the information. A lot of the information you need in this life, which will save you the trouble of having to look for it after you are older. Furthermore, as Muslims, we really want to be special. And the only way you can be special this day and time, after learning the Islamic knowledge, the knowledge of Islam, and after practicing Islam, don't play with the Bab Habibi. After you do that, one of the ways which will open the door and facilitate for this knowledge of Islam to be materialized is that you also learn something concerning the secular knowledge, the knowledge of the school. Because with that, you are able to expand your Islamic knowledge and have the means to convey it to others. So we want to realize that school is a great opportunity for us to become better Muslims. Specifically, you're in a Muslim country, where to some extent, the material that is taught is to some extent is Islamically governed. Yeah, and there may be some books that have some haram things and some music here and there, no doubt. But generally speaking, you will find that there's a lot of Islamic material and Islamic oriented books that have, sisters with hijab and all that stuff.
Don't go. I don't know.
Okay, don't worry guys, this is normal. Stay here. Don't bother him. Come sit over here. Come sit in the front. I want to talk to you. Okay, then school then is an opportunity for us to become better Muslims. Look, your parents, as we said earlier, they want you to be happy, they want you to be successful, they want you to be, prosper in this world, in the life to come. They wish every goodness for you. And schools are very expensive. How many of you go to international schools? Raise your hand. International schools. MashaAllah. How many of you are homeschooled? Homeschooling? One? Only one homeschool? Okay. How many of you go to Saudi schools? It's okay, Abdullah. Not to burn her out. How many of you don't go to school? You graduated, mashallah? Mashallah, tabarakallah. Right. School, look, nothing makes your parents happier. Nothing makes them happier after you being a good Muslim than you succeeding in school. And each one of us from now, we're few weeks into the beginning of school. Beginning this coming Wednesday, tomorrow, right? We will begin a new intention, a new determination in our lives to become the best student in school. And I present you with a challenge. The one who becomes the best student in his school, I will make the Da'wah Center give him a prize. Give him or her a prize. Doesn't have to be a lot of things, right? But I promise you, we'll give you a prize. But you know what's even better than the prize? Is making your parents happy. Even if I give you this book. Okay, if the prize is only this book, like, what? I studied all this, this time and all this homework, so you can give me a book for 2 years or 3 years. Say, look, this is not important. What is important is your parents being happy. And what prevents one of you from not being the number one student in school? What prevents you?
Many smart kids.
Too many smart kids? Well, you're smart enough, mashallah, with these answers. You're smarter than most of them, akhi, but you don't think about it long enough. I know you already. You're a wise guy. You just have to strengthen your intentions and your willpower. You have to really take the matter seriously. What do you think that you know who are the best students in class? Not the most intelligent ones. The ones who work the hardest. The ones who work the hardest. I mean, I'm in a teaching business. I work in schools. The student who is punctual, the student who does his homework or her homework, the student who is respectful in class, pays attention, very often will get a higher grade than the student who may be very intelligent, so he gets the exams, grades correct, he gets high grades in the exams, but his behavior, his conduct, his everything else will decrease his grade because of his behavior. So the students with the highest grades are not necessarily the most intelligent ones or the smartest ones, but it is those who work the hardest. That means each and every one of you is able to become number one in school. Isn't that a great title? For you to be number one in school? That will make your parents very happy. And wallahi, we should do this. After we do it for the sake of Allah, as means of pleasing Allah, we should do it for our parents. Who has a father that works at least 8 hours a day? Already questions? Jazakillahu khairan. Some school is not cool, but my school is the best. MashaAllah. There you go. That's the positive attitude that we like. Some school is not cool, but my school is the best. Alright. Maybe we should all move to that school. Right? All of those who are, silly schools, we can move to the school of Shanzai. Right. Yeah, what was I saying? Who remembers what I was saying? Yes, who has a father or mother who work around 8 hours a day? 8 hours. Okay, 5 hours a day. Your parents don't work? How do you guys make money? Can you share some of the money with us? MashaAllah, if you're millionaires, that's fine. I can quit my job. Okay. Now, do you think your father has a good old time at work? Do you think he's having, a lot of fun? Don't you think they suffer? Why do they work? Because people love work or to make money?
Make money.
To be honest, people work to make money. If someone could sit at home without having to work, they will still do other things, but they will not be working. They will use this time to maybe charitable work, or they will do other things which keep them busy. Good things, not necessarily, but they will not be going to an office and having to listen to a mudir, boss, manager telling him, come at this time, don't leave at this time, do this, don't do that, wear this clothes, don't wear these, pray here, don't pray there. They wouldn't have to deal with any of that. They will just be relaxing at home. It is only for girls. The school is only for girls. Okay, good. So you guys can move over there. ما في مشكلة. الحمد لله.
You can change the bird into boys section.
جزاك الله خير, brother. He said we'll change it, from boys to girls, and then you guys can go there. You're gonna wear hijab also? Okay, good. The point being is I lost what I'm saying again. Office, yes. So they would be at home. They work very hard to make money. Who goes to school for free? Raise your hand. Who doesn't pay anything for school? The school says, oh, we love you. We just give you free books, free tuition, everything, just come. Any school, do you know have such school? No. Do you pay money? How much is it? How much is your school? Do you know how much it costs?
200.
No, for the year.
2,400.
For the year?
20,000.
20,000. Yeah. Anyone else? 20,000. Allahu Akbar. Anyone else? The ladies, you know how much the school costs? 20,000. You know how much money that is? My car is less than 20,000. Huh? 20,000 is 2 million? Okay, we need to have math classes here from now on. 20,000 riyals is a lot of money. They pay for the school. So we can act like fools? Huh? Is this a formula, ya shabab? Is this money paid so we can just be silly or so we can learn? Haram. It is haram in Islam for your parents to pay all this money for one of us to go and waste it. So when the teacher is explaining something, you're busy, playing with your special pencil that has flashlights. I've seen all kinds of things, especially, these modern days. Pencils with flashlights and the toys, and you press a button and something starts jumping, and oh, this is a pencil? What kind of learning is this? What he's writing is, looking at the pencil, he's writing on the table. He already, missed the notebook. He's writing on the table because he's busy looking at the pencil. Is this why you go to school, 20,000 riyals so you can go play? Or, the whole thing is just soccer, during the break, playing, sweating. Then we come to class, we take a nap after the, long hour of exercising in school. No. Haram. Allah will not be happy with you. Allah will not be happy with you if you use this money to go and waste it. So since your parents are paying money for school, then you need to utilize, you need to take advantage of this time you're spending and become the best student you can be. So far, lesson number 1 is Iman, belief, righteous deeds and Salah. On time. Lesson number 2, become number 1 in school. Be the top student in school. Can you guys do it? The positive people, can you do it? Yes, you can do it. You can do it. And I'm not speaking about Nike. The third lesson, by the way, Nike is a Greek god of victory. So the whole, brand name and the whole company comes from a Greek god. So you need to leave it alone. But anyways, the third lesson is how do you behave at home? How do you behave at home? Right here, right here. Young boys and girls. Don't worry about the young men. How do you behave at home? You? MashaAllah alayk. Jazakallah khair. He said we help our mothers. How many of us help our mothers? MashaAllah. Once a month? Every day? Always? Anything mama says, you do?
Not always.
Not always. Forever. Look, our parents, mama and baba, mom and dad, and whatever they call them in other languages, they have the right to tell us what to do, and we should do it. As long as they're telling us to do good. If they tell us to disobey Allah, I doubt, inshallah, any one of your parents will ever tell you to do something which is not good. I doubt that. As long as they're telling you to do good, we have to do good. So if mama says, I want you to wash the dishes, especially the boys. I know this is not your most favorite, chore. If mama said wash the dishes, would you wash them or not? Huh? The girls, I'm sure you would do it. But the boys, would you do it? Why? Aren't you supposed to listen to your mom? In Islam, lazy mashallah alayk, how old are you? 9? 8. So you'll see what laziness is when you grow up. You're still in the prime time, ya mudir. Supposed to be all full of energy right now. Huh, guys? You have to wash the dishes. Are you allowed to say, Mom, not now? No. You believe that? It's in the Quran. Allah says, وَلَا تَقُلْ لَهُمَا أُفْ وَلَا تَنْهَرْهُمَا. You wash the dishes? Tomorrow come to our house, inshallah, we'll eat you. They do not say to them, Uf. You know what Uf means? It's any expression of dissatisfaction. Anytime you make an expression where you're not happy, we can say Uf instead of it. Allah said, do not say Uf to your parents. So if your mom says, wash the dishes, you say, yes mom, with a smile on your face. If your mom says, mop the floor, you mop the floor, you say, yes mom, and you mop the floor. If she says, do 10 push-ups, you have to do 10 push-ups. You know that? If she says fly, can you fly? No, but you get on the couch and you jump. You say, this is as good as I can do. This is the closest thing to flying. Yes? If you're able to do that, you should do that. Why? Because your mom or your dad told you to do it. And for the girls, the same thing goes. If your dad tells you to do something that girls usually don't do, you should also do it. You should... You mop the floor? Now we really need you tomorrow, inshallah. You should do anything they tell you to do unconditionally. You know what unconditionally means? Meaning there's no condition. It's all the way. It applies all across the board. And it is very rude, very disrespectful, very unacceptable in Islam, Abdullah, for you to say to your parents, no, I don't want to do it. Don't tell me this. Or to make even a movement, even like this with your shoulder, or if you turn your face away, anything of that is haram. Haram is good or bad? Does Allah love haram? Allah made it haram because Allah doesn't love it. So when Allah doesn't like something, do we do it? You don't do it. So from now on, every single thing your parents tell you to do, you must do it with a smile on your face. Even if it's a fake smile. Okay, even if it's not really from your heart, if you do it for the sake of Allah, Allah will bless you a lot. Our parents, we don't understand. I'm going to be very honest with you. At this age, sometimes we don't think the way our parents think. And worse than that, we think that we know better than them. This is what happens to us. We think, oh, I know everything. These old school parents, man, they're not really hip enough. They don't know what's going on. I'm the one out there. I see the society. I see what the people want. Our parents are taban, old, and they still living, on their old tracks. But now we got, modern ways of living. No. Believe me, your parents usually combine all of our experiences and all of our knowledge. Our parents know what's up. And when they tell you to do something or they tell you not to do something, it's based on their experience. It's based on their experience. We have to trust them. When I was young, let me just tell you about my silly self. When I was young, I always thought that everything my parents told me was, just them trying to make life difficult for me. My perception of things was, they're trying to make life difficult for me. They don't let me live life the way I want. And I came to realize, now that I'm a little older than then, that I was very, very wrong. And wallahi, if you are doing the same thing, you will come to realize that you were very, very wrong today. Because your parents usually only ask you to do that which is good for you. So don't undermine them. Don't undermine their opinions. Don't think they're trying to make life difficult for you. If they wanted to make life difficult for you, they would do like some crazy parents do. They would bring a cage in a house and they will imprison you. You hear sometimes in the news, some crazy parents, they lock their children in a closet or in a cage for years. And they feed them like they feed a pet. I've read and heard this news by myself many times. Some wild parents in other countries. Have any one of your parents put you in a cage? They don't do these things to you. All they're asking you is, do salah. Listen to me. Be good in school. SubhanAllah, all of these are good things they're asking. Why don't we do it? Why don't we give them their right? Why don't we obey Allah? Why don't we obey the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam who told us to obey our parents? Why don't we obey our parents who Allah told us to obey them? Whom Allah told us to obey. Why? If we want to be losers, yes, you can ignore your parents and do what you like, but you will be a loser. Big L, capital L. All of them. Loser. Who knows how to spell loser? Let's see what the English means. L-O-C? Z? Loser. MashaAllah alaik. Anyone else? Yes? L-O-S-E-R. What about L-O-O-S-E-R? Is there such thing as loser? No, there isn't. But something is loose, then it's L-O-O-S-E. MashaAllah. The sisters are super excited, and so they're sending the questions ahead of time. But yes, we should actually approach the question time, because it's salah is not too far from now. Let me just to sum it up. We have met here today to change our lives. You coming here today is insha'Allah ta'ala the first step towards changing our lives. From now on, each one of you will no longer be the same. And this is a blessing from Allah, that He gave us the opportunity to meet and discuss these things which we really need to discuss, not once a year, not once in a lifetime, but every day. But I trust that you are smart enough and intelligent enough that you don't need to be reminded every single day. That one speech, at least for now, we will have more inshallah, but at least for now, one speech will be able to change your life by the will of Allah. Who can tell me what are the changes that we will be applying in our lives beginning today? Yalla. Yes? Be better in school. Is it easy? Wallah, it's easy. From tomorrow, look, listen to me, from tomorrow you go to class and you sit like this. You don't have to frown, you can smile. But you sit like this in the class, you got your notebook, you got your pencil, you got your pen, you're not playing with anyone, you're not counting your money every 10 minutes, in the class, you're not tying your shoelace, you're not playing with your socks, you're not, fiddling with anything, you're sitting there paying attention to the teacher. the whole time. He gives you homework, you do homework. He has it, you study for exam, you study for the exam. You pay attention, you focus. The few hours you do this at home, at school, when you go home, you get to relax. Yes, you get to do homework. But when you know what you're doing, isn't homework easy? The worst thing in the world is when you have homework and you don't know how to do it. Right or wrong? You're like, oh, what was the teacher saying? Oh, I don't know how to do this. Then you tell your parents that they hired a private teacher who has to come, they have to pay him extra money so he can do your homework for you or help you do your homework list. If you paid attention in class, you'll be able to do your homework on your own. So take school seriously. Why? Because we have a goal to be the top student in school. To be what? The top student in school. Second goal. Yalla. Second goal we will apply beginning today. Yes, sir.
Pray for life.
Salah on time. Including Fajr. Including Fajr. Not Fajr. Including Fajr. Don't be like a hypocrite sleeping during Salat al-Fajr. Even if you have school, go pray in the masjid. Then you come back, you get some extra sleep, then you go to school or you continue being on this blessed time. Salah on time. So good in school, Salah on time. Third,
Obey your parents.
obey your parents. Give us an example. If your mom tells you, fly, you go jump off the couch. Mopping, you go bring the mop and you mop. Would you complain or would you smile? Smile. Is that going to make Allah happy? Yes. And the best thing in the world is that Allah is happy with you. The best thing in the world is that Allah loves you. Nothing else matters. Fourthly,
Cleaning with a broomstick.
cleaning with a broomstick. MashaAllah. Fourthly, clean, no problem. Yes. If your parents tell you to clean with a broomstick, you clean with a broomstick. Thank you, man. Anything else? These are the things we discussed. Obey the parents, Salah on time, being good in school, Iman, righteous deeds, be good Muslims. Don't waste your time. Stop wasting your time.
Be better in school.
Yaiwa. Sah. PlayStation, khali wali. Xbox, khali wali. Computer games, khali wali as well. If you play for 2 minutes a day, that's a lot. 2 minutes a day, I think that's a lot. Unless the game is educational. If you're playing a game that actually works your brain and you're thinking about words and puzzles, ما في مشكلة. This is part of learning. But if the game is soccer or tennis or something like that, slow down. Slow down on that. Anything else? Not broomstick, Allah khalik. That we'll deal with the existence questions. Do we have to go to school? It depends. If your parents paid money for it, yes. If you're homeschooling or you're being homeschooled, then of course no. Because if you go to school, they will not accept you because you're not enrolled in school. So those who are homeschooled, those who study at home, you don't have to go to school. Your school is at home. And those who go to school, if your parents are paying for it, yes, you have to go to school. I hope that answers the question. What is the salah fard? When is salah fard on you and fasting? Salah becomes expected of you at the age of 7, and you become, it becomes more important at the age of 10. But it really becomes an ultimate obligation. You will be held accountable for it when you reach the age of puberty. Okay? Same thing for fasting. But from the age of 7, you should know how to do salah. By the age of 10, you should be praying all 5 daily prayers. And if you don't, didi, wawa, I don't know what you guys call it in your language, you get a little stick, toothpick, not toothpick, the miswak. If your parents have the right, they have the right, right here, if you don't do salah, to hit you with this. So be careful. Sometimes it hurts.
You have bench press, but that will break.
That won't break, Habibi. How are you going to know that we do good in school? You will send me your report cards, and then we will give you the gift. We can have other lectures and we can get an update. Turn it, mashallah. What if you can't do the job that they told us? If you really can't do it, ما في مشكلة. no problem. But I doubt that they will tell you to do something which you cannot do. Usually your parents know you, and they will tell you to do something which you can do. They're not going to tell you to, suddenly, do something that is impossible. Right? طيب. What if your mom told us to lick the floor? Lick it. Put some ice cream first. And so you can at least lick something good. And lick the floor. But be honest. None of your parents will ever tell you to lick the floor. If they do, call me. Okay, I'll have a nice conversation with them on the phone. Yes?
When I was in school, we don't pray for God, so what do you do?
So during salat time, you go pray and come back. You don't miss. طيب لو ما عرفنا نكتب عربي، طب كتبت عربي دحين ايش؟ لو ما عرفنا نكتب عجيب. It says if we don't know how to write Arabic and they wrote it in Arabic. You're trying to play games with me, huh? No problem. طيب. Yes. Nothing. I have some gifts. This one is called my dua book. It teaches you a number of ad'iyah. Are all of them authentic? I think one of them has a weak narration.
I have all the books.
MashaAllah alayh. Now give us. You said you have all the books.
I have only that white color book.
طيب. Maybe you'll win the other one. This is my wudu book. Shows you how to make wudu. And it's my tawheed book. It teaches about, yes?
How do you want to go to school?
Huh?
How do you want to go to school?
How, what?
How do you want to go to school?
If you don't want to go to school?
Yeah.
Why not?
It's boring.
School's fun. Yeah, with all these school teachers, School teachers, come on, no matter how, look, the more weird the teacher is, the cooler the class. That's at least how I feel. Right? If the teacher is not, what you expect, that makes the class more interesting. It's like, he does things that you don't expect him to do. That's fine. I don't think school is boring. I think we may have a misunderstanding about the concept of school. If you truly know what the school is for, you will never think it's boring. You'll think it's entertaining because you get to meet many people, speak to many people, deal with many different things, learn many different things. You give your parents a huge break from you, alhamdulillah, for this duration. That's very cool. So let's see who's going to win a book. Actually, the lady who said that some school is not cool but my school is the best, she wins this book. Can she come up if she's too old? One of the elders can deliver it for her or to her. Yalla Mudira. Tafadali. Give it to the sister with the question of not the question, the information about some school is not cool but my school is best. The second question, let me see who's going to win this one. Who can repeat all of the lessons which we are supposed to apply beginning today? Yes. She raises her hand and when I say yes, she sits down. Abdullah. Abdullah, you can't be looking at the notebook. Salah on time.
Getting good grades in school.
Okay. Okay, don't help him.
Praying on time.
Is that it? Congratulations, Sheikh Abdullah. Tafadal. You are the winner today. A brand new book from Dar al-Salam. Inshallah, you will enter Dar al-Salam. By the way, Dar al-Salam is Jannah. It's the abode of peace. Next in line, who was the first prophet? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Don't say the answer. Don't raise it. Yes. No, her. You forgot? Don't tell her the answer. Huh? Adam alayhi salam, mashallah. Come here. Big winner. Tafadali. Okay. Who knows the three categories of Tawheed? Yes.
Islam, Iman, Ihsan.
I meant something else, but that's a good answer. Which one do you want? Yalla. Fine. She's the delivery lady. Jazakallahu khairan. DHL or UPS? Last but not least, you got 2 books? I hope you would share one with someone. The last question for the last winner.
We don't need any.
MashaAllah alayk. As I said, we told you we need your books if you don't need our books. Assalamu alaikum. This is strictly for children at the moment. We're not done yet. Give us a few more minutes, Habibi. Jazakallah khairan. Ma'alish. With all due respect and love. But I'm a little tough sometimes. The last one. Who knows what was the miracle of Ibrahim? Alayhi salam. The miracle of Ibrahim. What happened to him in his life that was very special? There were many events, but one particular one. You said you don't need any books. Why are you raising your hand? Gotcha. Yes, sir.
When he didn't burn in the fire.
MashaAllah. He was thrown into the fire and he did not burn. Because Allah says in the Quran, وَقُلْنَا يَا نَارُ كُونِي بَرْدًا وَسَلَامًا عَلَىٰ Ibrahim. We said, oh fire, be a source of cool and peace, safety upon Ibrahim. Tfaddal. Okay guys, this concludes This concludes our talk. I want each and every one of us to promise himself. Now don't promise me, because promising me is not going to make any difference. Each one of us should promise himself. And Allah knows what's in our hearts, right? Does Allah know what's in our hearts? Each one of us should promise himself that from now on, we will pray on time, we will listen to our parents unconditionally, we don't say anything, we will do good in school, we will be good Muslims, we will learn Islamic knowledge, we will not waste our time, and we will start heading towards success. So we can be successful in this life and successful in the life to come. Capish? Se habla español, amigo? Okay. So, speaking of Salah, Maghrib is 12 minutes away. 12 minutes. I expect everyone to make it part of their schedule to pray in the masjid on time. So some of your parents may come to pick you up right now. Do not try to make it home before Salah if you live far, wherein you wind up missing Salah. If you don't have wudu, we have restrooms in the back. Everyone, you know, the boys, the girls can go through this door and go to their female section, and there's bathrooms over there. The boys can go to the back. Everyone should make wudu and be ready for Salah. We're not going to pray here. Everyone prays in the masjid. I don't like praying outside the masjid. We try to pray in the masjid always and forever, alhamdulillah. And there's a masjid close by. Make sure you tell your parents that you want to pray on time. That means you want to be there at adhan time. Hopefully, the best is to be at the masjid around adhan time, not anything later than that. And inshallah, did you guys have fun today, or was I very boring? Fun? You're about to say that I was boring, huh? Okay, alhamdulillah, it scared me. You guys had a good time. Do you want to do this again, or this will be the last time? Well, I don't see that many people saying want to do it again. Want to do it again, or this will be the last time? Are you sure? Yeah. If I charge you 50 riyals next time, will you still come? No. Okay, see, that tells you whether you really want to come or not. No, I'm never going to charge you money. But if you guys want to do this again, we will do it again. We can have different discussions. You choose a topic. Next time, you choose what you want us to discuss. I don't want to impose it on you. This first time, it was my idea. Next time, you tell me what things you are facing, what problems, what issues you prefer that we discuss, and I will try to address them next time, inshallah ta'ala. Jazakumullah khairan. Subhanallah wa bihamdik. Shadu la ilaha illa ant. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.